Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Ravneet and welcome if you're new, welcome back if you have already been here. So today I am doing a VR to Mad at Mystic Mad / a really fun exercise to jot down which decks do I want to focus on this summer. So I am getting very intentional about the decks that I bring in my life, and I want to give them my love and attention. So I have been doing this exercise every season. It's the third season now. I started last winter. So I am really excited. So I chose 5 tarot decks and 5 summer decks. So quick fact, I'm a reflector by human design, so that means I'm very affected by my environment. So I try to make sure that I get these different diverse energies through the decks, so some can ground me, some can bring me in flow, some can ground me, if I didn't mention already. So yeah, stay tuned. So first deck that I chose was, I think I talked about it in my other videos, is the Lightseers by Chris Ann. This deck I have had for a while. Look at the guidebook. Yeah, I'm a nerd. So it's an obvious choice. It's summer and the colors are popping and it's creative. It wants you, it lures you in, and and also like I got this bigger guidebook. The smaller guidebook is really nice as well. Like Chris Ann writes beautifully, but I got this bigger guidebook. Yay! So I plan to go deeper into this one this summer. So that's Lightseers Tarot. Okay, before I make a mountain here. So next is Tarot Landscapes. I got it recently, but I have not really worked with it, and I want to work with it. And I think that Moonflower Moments actually mentioned a really nice pairing of this deck with Soul Trees Ascension. And I have both the decks, and I have been struggling to find a pairing, and so I plan to use both of them this summer. So this is very like landscape focused. It's like going on a peaceful hike in card form for me. It's like open nature scenes, very intuitive, slows me down in the best way. Yeah, it never rushes me, so I feel like during summertime it's especially important for me to ground myself, because there's so much like the bright, like days are longer and you want to do this, that, and I think it's really important for me. I realized to like ground myself, so I do include nature-based decks for that reason. So it has a really nice colored guidebooks. If I didn't mention, this is by Francesca Marioni, illustrations by Yoshi Mari. It's really like colored guidebook, and I have read some entries. They are really beautiful. So let me see if I can. So this is the death card, and it was like ouch, but I will read a little bit from the guidebook. Let's see. So the guidebook says that the Arcana of death is never a definitive end to something, but rather a critical stage of transformation that appears at least once in everyone's journey. It is challenging to start the necessary metamorphic process and know how to make the most of the transitions imposed. This landscape is placed between two realms, land and water. A turtle has just laid eggs in the sand and moves forward to reach the shore. the foam, its second marine birth. As a seagull approaches, ready to snatch its prey, the little turtle must risk everything to live. The predator, while terrifying, also pushes him to move more quickly, just as you, welcomed into this landscape, gain experience with the limits and dark meanders in order to continue by accepting their admonitions without really overcoming them. Everything changes in order to be. So like there's a wisdom in every experience, even if it feels dark. But in the long run, I think we all know that certain things happen for, I guess, to make us better in the long run. So that's Tarot Landscapes. Next is a recent one I got. It's Radiant Wilds Tarot, recommended by the beautiful Ange from Roots and Waves. And I was like, she really gushed about this one, so I was like, okay. Really nice guidebook. And let me see. I'll show you a little bit of the artwork while I talk. So, look at the colors, right? Come on. And it has this gilding. And the colors are like, it's desert landscape and summer, best combination. So, and I've heard really nice things about the guidebook. So, Radiant Wilds, yeah, this is like, felt really wild and like vibrant to me. Feels like a deck that, you know, almost dares you to be alive, because the desert really pushes you to be alive, I think, right? That's why I like desert, because it's like brings you to that raw, like that primal energy that we all have, but we don't really tap into because it's all about stability these days. And I think sometimes we need our buttons pushed for our deeper selves to come out. That's why I like desert so much. Okay, enough of my rambling, but yeah, you see the colors? Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, so that's the Judgment. King of Swords. Yeah, so this also has a really nice, it feels so soft. It's like that rose petal finish. Like the box also, it's like, oh, it feels so good to touch. It's like, it's colored and it has this like nice paper. I also hopefully will get into this guidebook as well. I love guidebooks. I'm a nerd that way. I like mental stimulation. So I have an overactive mind. So it has direction. So it talks about legend. So it describes the cards. For example, let's see, King of Swords. Let's see. Ooh. So there is an affirmation on the top. It says, I use my mental powers wisely. And then there's direction, which says acuity, intellect, inner wisdom. Then there's a legend, which describes the image. So the King of Swords here shows a face whose skull is an open ground for a lion and two leopards to be enthroned on. While the king may not have eyes to see, his cerebral strength reflects the rule of the animal kingdom's strongest. From the base of this willpower, three concentric halos emerge, framing a moon in the pale night sky. They signal that the king's mental ability expands beyond the physical entity of his being, rippling across the higher realms. Okay, I love it, right? And then they have light side, the description of the light side and the shadow. And then there are some questions for journaling as well. It says radiance tips. So I, like, come on, it's wonderful. And I actually went to the creator's page on Instagram, and she mentioned she created this deck in 5 years. So yeah, I was shocked in a good way. And so I can't wait to dig into this deck this summer. So enough of my gushing, I'll go on. The next deck is Be With Your Body Tarot. This one, most of my decks are influenced by YouTube, seriously. I have zero friends in physical world, like in closer proximity. So this one is influenced very much by Project Refined Life, Be With Your Body. She mentioned this so many times. I was like, interesting, because I do feel, like I mentioned, I need a lot of grounding, being an air sign. So and I really like decks which are gentle and which bring me back to my body, because I think the body is the way to go, at least in my experience. So the more somatic I can be, I love it. So these are the backs, really beautiful. Actually, this is the deck that kind of influenced or inspired me to create the Show Us Your Backs tag. I saw it and I didn't mention this deck, but you know, I have so many decks, like seriously, it's just impossible to mention all of them. So really nice cardstock, and the gilding is really nice, that shiny light gold. I prefer matte, but it's fine. And there's a guidebook as well, precise but powerful nevertheless. So I'll show you some artwork. So like it has separated, the deck separates air sign and all of these different elements into hands, eyes, hips, and feet. So like feet is the earth sign, eyes is the air sign, you know, like that. So it's I want to go deeper into it, and maybe I'll discuss more. If you guys are interested, let me know. But like this is the artwork, really simple, like the muted colors calm me down. I feel like, especially like I said, summer can be very intense sometimes, distractive. So I like decks that bring me back, are simple. So very grounding again. And it also mentions some movement practices. So, you know, as a reflector, I tend to float into other people's energy really quick. So I think it's perfect for me, so that I can see what I'm actually feeling, not what I'm absorbing, you know, from others. So again, Be With Your Body Tarot. So this is the fourth one. Okay, so I'll go next is Fairy Tale. I mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is the fifth. That's Fairy Tale Tarot by Lisa Hunt. This is a recent acquisition as well. You know what I mean. The little white book, it mentions like the story name, the culture from where the story belongs, and some keywords, and like a little description of the symbols and the meaning. So not a lot, but I think you can still like research. There's a lot of information online. So these are the backs, really beautiful. And it's like, look at the colors, like it's like summer colors, the country vibe. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Really beautiful. So this is the last tarot deck that I want to use this summer. Okay, moving on. It's really hot here. Yeah. Okay, so next is like the oracle decks that I want to get into. The first is Sacred Natures. I fell in love with the artwork of this deck. Okay, it's plants, it's humans, it's, like I said, I love grounding decks. Okay, I love me a grounding deck. So I'll show you the artwork. Like these are the inside of the boxes, really beautiful, like that teal. I think I saw this on Fairlight Tarot's channel, and I was like, oh my god. Like these are the backs, look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, just Look at that, Brazilians. And then it also mentions the plant name down here. It's just stunning. It's like a photographer who actually did all of this, and I was like, this just beautiful. It's like slow breathing. It like really slows me down if I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated. I think this is a great deck to bring me back down to earth, you know. The art is soft but strong, and I love like the monochromatic, like muted colors. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Yeah, so again, beautiful, beautiful deck. Can't wait to dig in. And it also has this guidebook, so you got some help. I mean, it talks about the keyword and then the plant name, the Latin name, and then it's not a lot of information, but then in the end there's affirmation as well. So if you don't have time, I think you can just do the affirmation. I like affirmations because then sometimes you don't want a lot of words, I think. So I think it's a good one to just, you know, get your quick message, right? So next is Divine Circus. So I talked about it in my shots. I think it is Divine Circus by Alana Fairchild. Okay, so let me take it out. So this particular deck, look at the backs. It's a very colorful deck. Like, really colorful, and it's a shadow deck as well. There's not a lot of information, but I think that this is like part like wild, part like pep talk type of deck. I felt it's dramatic, colorful, totally chaotic in the best way. I use it when I need confidence, permission to be like a little extra, you know, like just like tap into that energy of like a little bit extra, right? So I can't wait to dig into this one. This has a really nice guidebook. It's not a big guidebook because, you know, Alana likes to write, is famous for her bigger guidebooks, but this one has like not a lot of information. It's still a lot compared to, you know, I understand, but like for me it feels like there's a small paragraph in the beginning if you don't want to read a whole lot, and then there's a healing exercise or meditation she has included, and then there's affirmation. So depending on the time you can go deeper or not. So I think this is a really nice deck for that type of work, and I'm excited to dive deeper into this one. Okay, next is also Alana Fairchild's deck. I have not really used this deck. I guess that comes with having a lot of decks in your collection, right? So this is also by Alana Fairchild, and then Roli is the artist. Many people know about him. This is the one I want to use during my nighttime because at nighttime I don't like stimulation. I like to use decks that calm me down, a little bit abstract, you know, just like getting out of the human body type of energy. So really beautiful artwork again by Roli. I love his artwork. This is all like heart. It can be rude, but it's accurate. It's very poetic. Focus. Poetic and deep, as you see, like very abstract, but then there are also keywords, so there's a little bit of help there. Yeah, it's a chunky deck, and I want to use it during nighttime. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Stunning. Yeah, really good for like crying at 11 p.m. for no reason type of deck, because I do that frequently. I love getting my emotions out. And I love nighttime. I think being a reflector, I love the moon. I love like the whole vibe of like after dawn. Yeah, I love that. So, and it also has a guidebook, but it's not, this one really has like 1 page, that's it, entry. Yeah, so I have used it a little bit, but not a whole lot. Focus. Yeah, so I try to like I try to tag my books. Okay, let's see. Next is, so I'm trying to use the decks that I don't. And next is Soul Trees Ascension. As I mentioned, Moonflower Moments actually talked about this pairing with the tarot landscapes. I was like, wow, I never thought about it. See, that's why I love Tarot Tube. It has a small booklet, not a whole lot, but then it's enough. Really, really nice bags, again, and really nice matte gilding. And it has all trees. Again, I need to be grounded, I think, because of the summer. Okay. Yeah, look at those colors. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I think it's really good for like reflecting on growth and transitions without getting too much in my head. The keywords are expansive. And I will see how that works out with the tarot landscape. Also the colors, like seriously, 10 out of 10, right? Just look at that. One last. Follow through, okay? Follow through with me. All right, next is the last one. Thanks for being here, hanging out with me. I've been rambling for so long. This is Alice the Wonderland by Lucy Cavendish. I have not given this deck much love, but when I did, it has given me astounding readings. Beautiful, like the keywords are amazing. These are the backs. It's fine, but like the keywords are amazing. Lucy does not have like bigger guidebooks, but the way she writes is succinct and gets to the point. But this one, it's just the keywords, man. Also the artwork, right? It's a JPG deck, right? So this one is like very whimsical, a little chaos, curiosity, you know, like when life feels weird. I've used it then, but it's playful, it's clever. It reminds me not to take things too seriously when I get too much in my head again. So I think, which is a key navigating as a reflector, getting out of my head is like the message of my life. So sometimes I create too much drama, and I think this deck calls me out. Love this deck. It's a powerful deck. And there's this is the guidebook, and it's not a hefty like a big guidebook. It's like 2-page, but then it has the line from the Alice in Wonderland, some lines from that, and then she explains the card. There is some keywords around divination, and then the reversed meaning. So really beautiful. So this is how I'm planning, how I'm planning. These are the decks that I'm planning to use this summer. And I'm so excited for it because my previous choices has been great. I have felt way more connected to my decks, and I'm so excited to dig into these ones. So yeah, let me know, what decks are you using for summer season? Do you have a deck for grounding or like creativity or like just like pure fun, Yeah, let me know what you guys are doing this summer, and I thank you for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun, and thanks, man, again for this tag. This was fun. And I'll see you guys again. Goodbye.